से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में। वतन में है ठहरे हुए बाबा हमारे लिए हो। वतन में है ठहरे हुए बाबा हमारे लिए, कर रहे हैं इंतजार घर ले जाने के लिए। आकारी बन करके हम वतन में जाएंगे। हम उड़ के चले जाएं, ओ हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यारे से वतन में, उस प्यारे से वतन में, उस मीठे से वतन में हो, अव्यक्त वतन में हो। हम उड़ के चले जाएं उस प्यारे से वतन में, हो उस मीठे से
दृष्टि यूं ही देते रहो बाबा, आप दृष्टि यूं ही देते रहो बाबा। सुख सागर में गहरे उतर जाऊं, सुख सागर में गहरे उतर जाऊं। हूँ पल के ना पल भर बंद मेरी, हूँ पल के ना पल भर बंद मेरी। इन लहरों को दामन में भर जाऊं, इन लहरों को दामन में भर जाऊं। आप दृष्टि यूं ही देते रहो बाबा। हो गए अब निहाल ये नैना बाबा आपकी रूहानी नजरों से। पा लिया है मुझे था जो पाना, ये आवाज निकले अंतर से। आप शक्ति यूं ही भरते रहो बाबा, आप शक्ति यूं ही भरते रहो बाबा। इस देह की दुनिया से उड़ जाऊं, इस देह की दुनिया से उड़ जाऊं। आप दृष्टि यूं ही देते रहो बाबा। शुक्रिया आपका लाखों बाबा, आपने हमको दिल से अपना लिया। प्यास जन्मों की अब बुझ गई है, अपनी नजरों में हमको बसा जो लिया। आप आके यूं ही मिलते रहो बाबा, आप आके यूं ही मिलते रहो बाबा। बनके जन्नत की खुशबू बिखर जाऊं, बनके जन्नत की खुशबू बिखर जाऊं। आप दृष्टि यूं ही देते रहो बाबा।
ओम शांति।
आज सभी के
ओम शांति।
मन में
Thank you, John.
कौन याद है?
So today, in everyone's minds, who is being remembered?
हमारी मम्मा,
Both our
हमारा
Mama
बाबा,
and our Baba,
दोनों ही याद है,
both are remembered
क्योंकि दोनों ने ही हमें नया जन्म दिए।
because both have given us a new life, a new
ब्राह्मण जन्म,
birth. This Brahmin
मम्मा
life,
बाबा
Mama and
दोनों ने।
Baba, both have given us this new
तो आज
birth, this Brahmin life.
आप सबकी दिल की याद लेते हुए
So today, taking everyone's
मैं वतन में
love and
पहुंची।
remembrances from the heart, I reached
तो
the subtle
जैसे सदा
region.
के माफिक
And
बाबा मिलता है
the way
दूर से
Baba
दृष्टि
usually
देती है,
meets, giving
ऐसे
drishti from a
आज
distance, in the same
मम्मा
way,
बाबा
today
और
it
साथ में
was a meeting
हमारी
like that, but it was
5-6
Mama
बड़ी
and
दादियाँ थी।
Baba and 5 or 6
वो
of our senior
हमें दृष्टि
dadis
दे रही थी,
were
मिल रही
also giving me drishti and meeting me
और
through
हम भी
drishti.
सभी को देख
And I too, seeing all
हर्षित
of
हो रहे
them,
थे,
was very happy
क्योंकि
because
जैसे वाह बाबा है, वाह मम्मा है,
just as
वैसे
there
हमारी
is
निमित्त दादियाँ
Baba and Mama in the subtle region,
वो भी
in the same way,
पालना के निमित्त है।
our senior daddies too have been
दोनों
instruments
हमको
for
बहुत
giving
मीठी,
sustenance.
दोनों नहीं सभी जो दादियाँ
So,
हैं वो भी
all the
और
daddies,
दोनों
not
माना
just
बाबा
the
मम्मा
two, Mama and Baba,
हमें दृष्टि बहुत
but
मीठी
all
मीठी
of
दे
them,
रहे थे।
the daddies too, were giving me very
तो
sweet
हम उसी
drishti.
दृष्टि में जैसे स्नेह में समा
And
गए थे।
I merged in that drishti, in other words, in that
फिर बाबा ने
love.
कहा
And then Baba said,
आज मम्मा का डे है तो मम्मा
today
के
is
लिए भोग
Mama's
लाई
day,
हो ना। मैंने
so
कहा
you've
नहीं
brought
बाबा
Bhog for
हम तो
Mama,
सभी
haven't
के
you?
लिए भोग
So I
लाई
said,
है।
no, Baba, I have brought
कहा
Bhog
फिर
for
भी मम्मा
everyone.
से आज बनाओ।
And Baba said, yet it's for Mama today,
ऐसे कहते
especially.
ही बाबा मर्ज हो गए
So saying this, Baba merged.
और
And
मम्मा और दादियाँ
Mama and the daddies
वो
remained.
सभी खड़े थे
All of them were standing
और समाचार पूछ रहे थे।
and they were asking me news.
तो हमारे परिवार का क्या समाचार है?
So what is the news of our family?
मैंने कहा
So I said,
मम्मा परिवार का समाचार तो अच्छा है।
Mama, the news of the family is
हर
good.
एक के अंदर
In each one
उमंग है।
there is enthusiasm
हमको बाबा के समान बनना ही है
that we
ना उमंग?
want to
ठीक बोला
become
मैंने।
equal to Baba.
उमंग है और मैंने देखा
There
तो
is
अभी सेवा भी
enthusiasm,
हर एक यथाशक्ति कर रहे हैं।
and I
लेकिन
saw that
जितनी
each
बाबा
one
कहते
is doing
उतनी
service according to their power.
लेकिन कर रहे हैं।
And
क्योंकि
yes, of
अभी
course, there should be
मम्मा को
service
सुनाया मैंने
according to
मम्मा हमने
Baba's
आज
desire.
चक्कर लगाया
So I said to Mama, today I have been touring the foreign lands and I have
कि
seen
नए नए छोटे छोटे सेंटर
that
भी
the new small
अच्छे उमंग
centers
उत्साह में
have a great deal of very good zeal and
सेवा भी कर रहे
enthusiasm.
हैं
They're doing
और स्वयं
service
भी खुश रहते हैं।
and they themselves are
उनकी
happy.
खुशी हमको बहुत अच्छी लगी।
And I
कि
was very
जिंदगी
happy
उनकी बदल
seeing their
गई
happiness, the happiness of
और
how
अपना
their
बाबा
lives
मेरा
have
बाबा कहते
transformed.
हैं
And they
तो
say,
जैसे
my
जिगर से
Baba, they
मेरा
say
बाबा
it from
कहते हैं।
deep from their hearts. They say, my Baba from the
मम्मा ने
heart.
कहा
And Mama said
कि देखो
that, look,
अभी बाबा ने ही सुना दिया है
now Baba has shared
कि आपकी जो लास्ट शाखाएं हैं
that your last
झाड़ में अपने को
branch,
देखो
see yourself in the tree.
बाबा ने क्या टाइटल दिया
What
आपको?
title has Baba given you?
पूज्य भी हो और
You are
पूर्वज
worship
भी।
worthy as well as the ancestors.
जब पूज्य और पूर्वज पूर्वज हो,
as you are worthy of worship and
जो
ancestors,
पीछे की शाखाएं हैं,
then
उन्हों को भी
those
तो
last little branches
परिचय मिलना है ना,
have
उन्हों को
to
भी
receive
वर्षा तो देना है ना।
the introduction to God. They too have
Mama
to
ने
receive an inheritance. And Mama
हम
said
भी देखते रहते हैं
that we too are
सेवा कैसी
seeing
चलती है
how service is
और
happening,
सेवा करते भी हैं।
and we too are doing
मैंने
service.
कहा मम्मा,
And I said, Mama,
दादियाँ भी थी, वो
the
हंस
daddies
रही
were
थी।
also there, they were smiling.
मैंने कहा मम्मा,
And I said,
आप
Mama,
सर्विस कैसे करते
how do you do service?
तो मम्मा ने कहा,
Mama said,
देखो
look,
हमारे में आत्मा में संस्कार जो है ना,
in
वो
we
सेवा
souls
का
there are
जैसे इस
sanskars
जन्म के आग
of
से बना हुआ
service
था,
which have been there
जो
from the
ब्राह्मण जन्म
beginning
था।
of service,
तो वो
the
संस्कार
beginning of their Brahmin life. And
जैसे
so
देखो
those
अभी
sanskars,
आप लोगों को भी
as you
अनुभव है
see now,
कि
all of you
संस्कार
have
जो
the
होता है वो
experience
ऑटोमेटिक
that
काम करता है।
sanskars work automatically.
जैसे आप लोग भी कहते हो ना,
Just as all of
मम्मा
you
हमारी
say,
गलती नहीं है,
Mama,
लेकिन
it is
मेरा
not
संस्कार
my
है, ऐसे
mistake,
करके
but
चला
I
गया।
have this sanskar, and so
तो
you
हमारे
are slack
संस्कार
in
जो
this
है
way, you let yourself go in this way.
वो सेवा और
So
याद
Mama
है,
said, our sanskars are of service
हमारे
and
नेचुरल
remembrance.
संस्कार हो गए।
They have become our natural
नेचुरल
sanskars.
संस्कार भले कहाँ भी जन्म हो,
So then it doesn't matter
लेकिन
where one's
संस्कार
birth takes place,
वो काम
but
जरूर करते
those
हैं।
sanskars will
जैसे
definitely
मम्मा ने कहा
work.
कई बच्चे
So Mama
जब
said,
कोई ऐसी भूलें हो जाती है
some
ना, तो
children,
क्या
when they
कहते
make
थे,
some mistake, what
मम्मा
do they
हमारे
say?
अगले जन्म
What
के
did they used to
संस्कार
say?
है, अभी
Mama,
नहीं है, अभी तो
these
हम
are our sanskars of a previous
तो
birth.
अगले
They are
जन्म
not
के
from now.
संस्कार भी
We are
काम
definitely
करते हैं
going to
ना,
change this. And
ऐसे
so the
हमारे भी
sanskars of
जो ये दो
previous
संस्कार
lives
है ना,
are
याद
still
का
working. So
और सेवा का,
the sanskars of
ये
remembrance and
हमारा
service
ऑटोमेटिक चलता है। कैसे?
automatically
मैंने कहा मम्मा
work.
अभी तो जन्म
And
ही नया
so
हो गया।
we say,
तो
Mama,
मम्मा ने कहा
this is our
4
new
बजे
life. And Mama
हम
said,
ऑटोमेटिक
4
बाबा
o'clock in
के
the
पास
morning,
पहुंचते हैं।
we
जो भी
automatically
हम
reach
सेवादारी
Baba.
है,
All of
वो
us
4 बजे बाबा
who are
के पास
servers,
पहुंचते
4
हैं
o'clock in
और
the
चक्कर
morning,
भी
we
कभी
reach
लगाते हैं।
Baba. And we sometimes
जो सभी
even
सेवा
go
केंद्र
on
है,
tour.
उसमें चक्कर भी लगाते
We
हैं।
go on tour of the service places, the service centers.
चक्कर लगाते हैं तो हमने कहा
So
मम्मा
as we tour, I
आपने
said,
क्या देखा,
Mama,
चक्कर
what do you
लगाते हैं
see when you
आपने
go
क्या
on tour?
देखा?
What are you seeing?
तो मम्मा ने कहा
Then Mama said
कि है 2 प्रकार के बच्चे हैं,
that there are 2 types of children.
कोई तो लगन में मगन रहते हैं और कोई
Some
मगन
stay
रहने में
intoxicated
अभ्यास करते रहते हैं।
in deep love, and there are some who are making the who are
थोड़ा
practicing
सा नीचे आते हैं
the
ना तो फिर
stage
ऊपर
of
चढ़ने की कोशिश
remaining
करते हैं।
lost. Some make effort
लेकिन
to
मैंने
go
देखा
up above, and
सभी बच्चे
yet I saw
बाबा मेरा बाबा जो कहते
that
हैं ना,
all the children, when they say
वो बहुत
my
दिल से
Baba,
कहते हैं।
they say it from the heart, very
और
much
मेरा
from
बाबा
the
कहने
heart.
से
And by saying
उनकी
my Baba,
शक्ल में फर्क पड़ जाता है।
their faces are different. There's a difference
फिर
in their
दादी अंकल
faces.
की जो
And then the
गई हुई है
daddies
एडवांस
who
पार्टी
have
में,
gone into the advance party,
उन्होंने कहा
they said,
गुलजार बहन
Gulzar Ben,
आपको हम क्या सुने,
what can
हम
we
इतना
tell you?
चक्कर लगाते हैं
We
जो
tour
सागर में
around
इतना
so
लगा ही नहीं
much
सके।
that we were not able to do as much touring
अभी
in our
तो हम
Sakar
फ्री हैं
days. Now we are free,
और 4 बजे
and 4
हमको
o'clock
कोई
in the
देखता ही
morning,
नहीं।
Nobody sees us.
तो बाबा ने हमारा ये टाइम मुकर्रर
And
किया
so Baba has fixed that
मम्मा ने
time
कहा,
for
ये
us.
जैसे आप योग में बैठते हो
So
तो
Mama
हमारा
said,
भी टाइम
just
फिक्स
as
है
you sit in yoga at that time, it's
हम
a
सेवा
fixed
करते
time
हैं
for us too. We do
क्योंकि
service
हम सबको मिलकर
because
सेवा कर
we have to do service all
ऐसे
together.
कहते
Saying this, Mama
हमको पहाड़ी पर ले चली जहाँ बाबा भी
took
ले
me
चलते हैं ना
to
लाइट की
the
पहाड़ी
mountain, just as Baba takes me to a
वहाँ
mountain
मम्मा
of
और
light.
दादियाँ
So there, Mama and the daddies took me.
तो वहाँ ले चले
They took me,
जैसे ही हम वहाँ पहुँचे
and as
पहाड़ी
we
पर
reached there on the mountain,
पहाड़ी पर तो लिफ्ट की जरूरत नहीं है ना
and
वहाँ तो
on the
ऐसे
mountain
ही
there
शरीर
isn't a
बन
need to have a lift, but one
शरीर
becomes
बना
bodiless.
शरीर नहीं छूटता है
It doesn't mean
लेकिन
that we leave the body, but the stage is the bodiless stage.
तो हम क्या देखा
So what I saw,
कि मम्मा
that
और सब
Mama
दादियाँ
and all the daddies,
जैसे ही पहाड़ी पर पहुँचे
as
तो
all of
ये
us reached
इनों
the
के
mountain,
बदल गए रूप बदल गए
their forms
क्या
changed.
रूप बदल गया मम्मा
How did their form changed?
एकदम जगदम्बा के
Mama
रूप में
really became the form of
एक
Jagadamba,
ताज सभी
World
के
Mother.
लाइट चमक
And
रहा था लाइट का
first there was this
हल्की
crown
golden
of
light
light shining.
और
It's a
थोड़ी
very
सी
light golden light,
चमक
and there was a shine.
लाइट में चमक थी ताज में
So it was a crown
दो
of
नैनों से
light golden light.
लाइट
It's
निकल
golden,
के
but
लाइट
not yellow gold. In
किरणें
other words,
निकल
it was a
रही थी
light
जैसे जैसे लाइट
type of
हाउस की
golden,
लाइट निकलती
and
है
there
ना
was
दो
light coming from it,
ऐसे
from the crown,
दोनों
like the
नैनों से
lighthouse
दो लाइट
light.
निकल रही थी
And it was light
और मम्मा
coming from
बिल्कुल
both the
ऐसे
eyes,
जैसे
and
साक्षात्कार की
Mama
मूर्त बन गई
absolutely
और
looked
दादियाँ
like
भी
the
भिन्न
image
भिन्न
that
देवियों के
grants
रूप में
visions, and the daddies
बन गई
were
और उन्हों के
like
भी
different
ताज और दो नैनों
deities,
से
and all of
लाइट
them
निकल रही
had the
ऐसा
crown
हो गया
and
जैसे
eyes from
देवियों की
which
सभा हो
light
गई दादियों
was
की बजाय मम्मा के बजाय
radiating.
देवियों की सभा हो
And
गई
so instead of seeing
और
them
उसके
as
बाद
Mama
मैंने
and the
क्या
daddies,
देखा
it became a
जैसे ही
gathering
इनों की
of
शिकलियाँ बदल गई
deities.
नजारा बदल गया
And so their faces
ऐसे ही
changed, their,
जो पहाड़ी थी
their
उसके
look
नीचे
completely changed.
भगत लोग जो
And
है
at the bottom of the
वो
mountain,
माँ माँ
there were
माँ
bhagats,
मेरी
devotees,
माँ
calling
मेरी
out,
माँ
"Oh Ma, oh
शांति
Mother,
मिल रही
my
है
Mother,"
शक्ति मिल रही
and they're
है
receiving
बहुत आनंद आ
peace
रहा
and
है
power and
ऐसे नीचे से
feeling
देख
the
के
experience
ये
of a
संगठन
lot of
और वो
bliss.
बोल
And
रहे थे
seeing this vision, they were
ये सीन
saying
थी
this. This was the scene.
तो मम्मा ने कहा
Then Mama said,
तो देखो अभी सभी को
"Look
कहो
and say to everyone now, tell them on my behalf
आप भी
that
ये
now
सेवा करो
you also have to do this service.
तभी लाइट रूप होके
When you
बैठो
sit,
और
that
आपके
is, sit
नैनों
in
से
meditation,
मस्तक से
sit in the
लाइट
form
निकले
of light,
जो
so
किरणें
that
जैसे सूर्य
from
की
your
किरणें
forehead and from
निकलती है
your
ना
eyes
तो पहुंचती
light
है ना
rays
ऐसे
come,
आपकी लाइट
just
सूर्य
like
की
the
किरणों
rays
के
of the
माफक
sun reach us.
भक्तों
In
को
the same
पहुंचे
way, the rays of
और
light from
भगत
your
जो
eyes
है
and your forehead
वो
would then
बेचारे
reach
आधा
the
कलम
bhagats,
चिल्लाए हैं
the
आधा
devotees,
कलम तो
and
उनको
those
कुछ नहीं
devotees have
मिला
been crying
लेकिन
out
ये
for half
जब
a cycle and they
आप
have not
सकाश
received
देंगे
anything.
तो
But when
उनको
you give
थोड़े टाइम के
Sakash,
लिए
this
भी
light
खुशी
and
होती
might in
जरूर है
this way, then
तो
even for a short
मम्मा ने
time
दिखाया
they will definitely
तो लाइट
experience
पड़ने के
happiness.
बाद
And
जो
Mama
भगत
saw
ऐसे
that
बेचारे
as
उदास थे
they
ना
received light, the Bhagats who were unhappy, sad, their faces began to change, and calling out these words of Ma, they were receiving this sakash from the deities, from the dadis as the deities. And so their faces then started to reflect happiness. There was this air of happiness visible on their faces. And then the scene changed. And then Mama, as we knew her in the form of Mama, became that form again. And the dadis also, as they were, as the dadis. And then in Baba's room, Madhuban Baba's room, it was the scene of Mama sitting on a gadi, and all the dadis were sitting with her. And then Mama said, on my behalf, say to each and every child, give my remembrances to each and every child. And how will you give them remembrances? And I said, I will give it the way you tell me exactly. So Baba said, Mama, now look, don't give remembrances just in words, just like that, but say to each and every child, what does a mother want from her child? Listen to that. Each one is obedient to their mother. Each one has love for their mother. So Mama said, say that Mama is saying to each and every child, my sweet child, my beloved child. And in front of Mama, it was as if all the children were emerged in front of her. And Mama said, accept one thing from Mama, that whatever Baba is saying, have a determined thought about that. Not an ordinary thought that I will see maybe. These are ordinary thoughts. But the determined thought is that you have the thought and you do it. That is called a determined thought. Then Mama said, from the mother, today especially, Mama is keeping each of the children in front of her vision, in her eyes, and is giving the blessing. May you be a fast effort maker. May you have determined thought. So, as Mama said, as you are celebrating Mama's Day, what gift should Mama give? In this way, Mama said, in this way, have a determined thought. May you have determined thought. The time for ordinary thoughts has now gone. And now, for us too, who are staying here as the advanced party, would still say to all of you that all of you are the advanced group. We are in the advanced party and you are in the advanced group. That means that you have to open the door of liberation and liberation in life with Baba. So you are of the advanced group. Do this work of determined thought. If there is some mistake, then today the mother And Mama did this with her hand as if she's giving blessings that have determined thought. And don't speak in the future tense that I will do it, I will see how, but she said, I have to do it. So Mama emphasized this, that I have to do it. So she said this. Then Baba emerged in the room. Everyone was sitting with Mama, as you heard, and Baba emerged on the gadi. And Baba said, you're celebrating with Mama. Mama is Baba's companion. She has stayed as Baba's companion. She is Baba's companion. And she will continue to play her part with Baba. And then the daddies and Mama, Baba embraced them, all of them. He took all of them into his arms, and they all merged in Baba's love in his arms, like as if they became bodiless. So Baba embraced Mama also. And Baba saw how all the children were very happy that today is Mama's day, and that we are going to meet Mama in the subtle region, and that we are going to offer Bhog to Mama. And the children have been saying Mama, Mama through the day. And so Baba said, on my behalf, give all the children a lot of love and remembrances. And I said, Baba, how should I do this? Should I just give it in words that Baba gave love and remembrances? Baba said, no, not just in words, but say to each one that Baba is taking you into his embrace, taking you into his arms. So see, this is London, isn't it? London is loved by Baba and Mama. Mama, Baba haven't seen the foreign lands, but they're able to emerge that. And so each and every child, Baba said, on my behalf, and Mama also said, on my behalf, give them a hug, give them an embrace in Mama and Baba's arms, because they are beloved children. You are Baba's beloved children, Mama and Baba's beloved children. So this was the scene of Mama and Baba and the daddies. And so Baba merged all of them in himself. And I saw in the subtle region today, the decoration was so beautiful that everywhere there were flowers of light. There were lotus flowers of light. There were roses of light, and then there were some flowers which Baba especially likes. And so petals everywhere filled with light, just as we use stars. In Christmas lights you have a string of lights. So all over the place there were these strings of light. And so I forgot everything seeing those. And then I offered Bhog to Mama and Baba. And so then Baba, she said, I forgot to say this in between, that Baba had accepted Bhog and had given everyone a hug. And the decoration was very beautiful. It was extraordinary. It was different from usual. and
खुशी में उड़ रहे
from all four directions there were the vibrations
vibration सारे centers का ऐसे
from
लगा
all the
विदेश और
centers
देश
that
का,
everyone was
जैसे
flying in
खुशी में
happiness.
सब उड़ रहे
Everyone was in their flying in their happiness. So all of you are also flying in happiness, aren't you? That it is Mama's Bhog, that she is world mother, she is the one who has bestowed life. And so Mama also said with a lot of love, give a hug to each one with a lot of love. To the brothers, a handshake.
लेकिन मम्मा बाबा दोनों का
But Mama and Baba, their form
देखने लायक था,
was worth seeing.
बहुत बच्चे का स्नेह
You know how there's so much love that emerges in a mother in front of the children, and how the mother and father's faces are when the children are in front of them. So yes, that it can be out of attachment, but this was out of soul conscious love. And
उनकी शिकल ऐसे लग रही थी,
yes, Mama and Baba have love for everyone, and their faces reflected this. It was their faces were so beautiful. It's like you felt like just keeping seeing them.
भोग भी
And
सभी ने पहले बाबा को स्वीकार
Daddy
कराया,
offered
लेकिन
Bhog to
बाबा
them,
ने कहा,
and Baba first
"आपके
accepted
पहले
it.
मैं नहीं खाऊंगा,
And Baba said, today I am not going to accept Bhog first. It will be
सभी
Mama
को
who will
भी
eat
दादियाँ
Bhog
थी,
first.
बाबा थे,
And then all the daddies
उन्होंने
and
पहले
Baba,
मम्मा को भोग
they first fed Mama the
ने बाबा
Bhog.
को
And then Mama gave Bhog to Baba.
तो को खिलाया।
And then they all fed one another. And
भोग
Baba
भी
said,
बहुत प्यार से बनाया है,
Bhog
लाई
too
को
has been
बहुत
offered.
प्यार से बनाया
Sorry, Bhog
है,
too has been prepared
सभी
with
के
a lot
प्यार
of
की
love,
खुशबू भोग
offered
में
with
आ
a lot of love, and everyone's
भले
fragrance
बनाया तो
of love
कोई भी
is
होगा,
in the
वो
Bhog.
पता नहीं कहाँ दूर
So I don't know who, she's saying, yes, Sansavan is sitting here,
लेकिन
the
बाबा
one
ने
who prepared the
कहा,
Bhog.
भोग से बहुत प्यार की
But
खुशबू आ
Baba said there's a very lovely
लेकिन आपका
fragrance
प्यार
of
भी था,
love
नहीं बनाने वाली का भी
coming
था,
from the
लेकिन
Bhog.
आपका भी
And yes,
सभी का
it's the
संकल्प था ना, मम्मा का
love of
भोग,
the
मम्मा का
one who
भोग, मम्मा
prepared
का
it,
भोग।
but of course
तो मम्मा
everybody's
ही
love,
आदमी
because each one was remembering that it is
बाबा ने
Mama's Bhog, Mama's Bhog today. And so Baba praised the Bhog as well.
ठीक है,
Okay,
सभी को बाबा मम्मा का प्यार मिला,
everyone received Baba and Mama's love.
रिस्पॉन्ड तो करना पड़ेगा।
So of course we have to give our response of love too.
तो अभी ये काट के
So now
उसमें
remove this future tense of I will do, but
करेंगे,
I
देखेंगे, हो
have to
जाएगा
do
बाबा।
now.
एक बार आज नहीं,
Not just this time, but one time Baba had said, children are so clever
बाबा को भी दिलासा दिलाते
that they reassure Baba, Baba, don't worry, we'll be ready on time, don't worry, Baba. So they reassure Baba in this way.
बाबा कहता है
But Baba says, do what you think in a second. This is what Baba says is fast effort. And Baba says, the time now is very delicate, very sensitive time. And situations will become worse.
ऐसे टाइम पर
They're bound to become worse. And in such times, in a second,
जगमग न करो,
don't let your stage fluctuate, but be
सेकंड में
let your stage be unshakable, so that in a second you can
स्टॉप एक सेकंड
put
में
a full stop.
बाबा ने कहा था।
Full stop in a second and accumulate
अभी बाबा
stock.
चाहता क्या
Stock
है?
meaning power.
मम्मा
So,
चाहती क्या
what
है?
is it that Baba wants now? What is it that Mama wants now? In a second, for us to have ruling power. In a second, to have controlling power.
जो आप
In fact, we will not have so much time that we can make effort and put ourselves right, but everything in a second. This is why Baba called us the fast effort maker group. So I should say to Baba on your behalf, shouldn't I, that Baba, London souls are fast effort makers. Should I say this to Baba? Raise your hands. Should I say this to Baba? That London, what I saw in London is that everyone is a fast effort maker, not ordinary effort makers. So, leave behind slack effort or ordinary effort here. As you go out from here, think to yourself, who am I? A fast effort maker. Oh yes, now Dadi's seeing on the balconies, everyone is sitting there. And Gemini Ben is saying, Dadi, that there are people sitting in the conference hall. In fact, the conference hall has also become full. So, brother, this is London. She's saying, brother, this is London. London is Baba's heart. But now, no name or trace of problems. Is it like that? Will it be like that? Because we have to make it like that. At that time, we won't be able to do anything. Baba is saying that we're going to see how day by day things are going to become extreme, and then the end will come. If things don't reach their extreme, how will the end come? So you heard about this scene with Mama, but I remember from the beginning of being with Mama, and as Jayanti-Ben was sharing the things of Kunj Bhavan, she saw Kunj Bhavan when she went to Pakistan just recently. Mama used to stay on the 3rd floor of Kunj Bhavan, and all of us stayed downstairs. And we saw how Mama used to awaken at Mama used to awaken at 2:30 in the morning, and we used to think, Mama used to wake up so early. What do you do, Mama, at that time? And Mama said, I call souls and I give them power. I say, Mama, how do you call souls? We were so young at that time, and we didn't have so much understanding of yoga. And we used to ask Mama, how do you call souls? And Mama, from the beginning, paid a lot of attention on the practice of yoga. And this is how Mama became Mama. And this was the speciality of Baba and Mama. And whatever Baba said, Mama, we would ask Mama, and the ones who came after us also ask, how did Mama become Mama? The time Mama came, there were many other older dadis, but they didn't become Mama. But this Kumari became Mama. So everyone used to ask, Mama, how did you become Mama? And Mama would say, she said, my response is just of half a sentence of how she became Mama. She said, Baba would say, and I would do. Baba would say, and I would do. Kaha, said, and I did. Kiya. In this way, I became Mama. And we too saw that it was with this effort Mama became Mama. And Mama's one speciality was she never allowed anyone to become disheartened in effort. Just as some would come and tell of their mistakes, And you know, yes, it could be that when you've told someone something, then it would stay in that person's intellect that yes, this one is like this. But Mama never kept anything in her intellect like that, yet she would give enthusiasm to souls, enthuse them. And yes, we were a big gathering. If someone gave a report about somebody else to Mama, and who would they give it to except Mama? And so the report reached Mama, and Mama would call that soul, because of course Mama has to correct the soul. She would have to give teachings to that soul. But what Mama used to do, each human soul has one or other speciality. Doesn't matter what they are like, but they definitely have one speciality. So what Mama used to do, first, she would not say, you did this, you did that, you shouldn't do that. But first, Mama would speak about that soul's specialities. That you're so good, you're like this, you're able to do this, you can do that. Mama would praise them a great deal. And then Mama would very gently say, you have so many specialities, but just this one little mistake. What is that little mistake in front of all of those good qualities? You can end that. You can finish it. It's finished, isn't it? It's gone, isn't it? And so she would make that soul really happy and send them off. She would give them courage and send them. She would say, you have this, you have that, so many good things, 3 or 4 things Mama would emphasize about that soul that were good points. So Mama would enthuse them and send them off. Not that they would then leave Mama crying or fill them with regrets and send them off in tears. No, not like that at all. So this was one of Mama's specialities, and it was Mama's duty. This is in the days of Pakistan. At night, all of us who were staying there with Mama, we would all sit with Mama, and what Mama would ask us, one, has anyone made a mistake? It was in a gathering that we would sit with Mama, and the one who has made a mistake should themselves raise their hand and speak of their mistake and say, for example, amongst us sisters or brothers, if anyone had seen the mistake of another, then their face would reveal it. Because if they didn't have a chance to speak about it, it's like if there's something in your heart that you've seen of someone else, then your face would show it. And so Mama would see that yes, there is something. Then Mama would say, okay, those who have seen someone else make a mistake, they should speak about it. And so we would tell Mama, and then Mama would give teachings on that. Mama would say, okay, you've done it, it's over now. Now just increase the speciality that's there within you. After all, you have to become this. After all, you want to become this, don't you? What do you want to become in Golden Age? So she would say in such a way that nobody would feel anything of unhappiness, and they felt so much love for Mama. Why? Because Mama never taunted anyone or told anyone in such a way that anyone would be aggravated, because this is what happens here now, where distance is created. But everyone had such deep love for Mama that if their report went to Mama, nobody was afraid, because Mama was loved by everyone. And this is why Baba also says Okay, you can give teachings. Yes, teachings have to be given. Baba says, with teachings, give sneh, the spiritual love, in such a way that they're able to accept those teachings. Don't just say, you're like this, you're like that, you do this, you do that, you not like that. But tell them about their strengths. Give them love, give them cooperation, and then tell them what needs to be put right, and they will not feel it. So praise them, because each one has a speciality at least. You will probably know your speciality. It's not that you come into ego of your speciality. Don't do that. But each one has a speciality. You have become a Brahma Kumar or a Brahma Kumari on the basis of your speciality. Whether it's the speciality of faith, whether it's the speciality of love, whether it's the speciality of giving cooperation. There are some who have the speciality of their service through action, that everybody has love for them. And Baba said that he has love for his very last child. And why he has love? Baba sees the speciality of that one because he sees that this is the last soul and is able to have less dharana, but Baba sees that the soul has one speciality, and that is that the great souls, the prime ministers, the learned, the scholars, they did not recognize Baba in his ordinary form. But this child has recognized Baba. To know Baba has come in this ordinary body is a speciality in itself. So Baba has love for even the very last child. So for all of us too, each one of us should see the speciality of the other, and the mistake that may be there. What is that in front of the speciality? And this is what Mama used to do, that what is the little mistake in front of that speciality? And so in this way, Mama would enable them to change. So we all have to go together as a family, don't we? We're not going to be left behind or leave anyone behind. And yes, everyone makes some or other mistake, but with love, with cooperation, with each other's cooperation, we have to move forward. Would we leave our own brothers and sisters behind? Baba will take us all together, won't he? We'll all go together with Baba, won't we? We're not going to go as a procession. She said something that I missed. We'll all move together to have the hand of Srimad, hold the hand of Srimad, Baba's hand of Srimad. If Baba says something and we don't do it, it's Mama's example. One time what happened, the poster of the tree had been printed and it had just come. And Baba had the enthusiasm that it should be sent to big people. And if we were to do that, there were not enough of these posters, and some they're handmade, and even the picture of the cycle was handmade. And Baba said, at night, trace these big posters and to send them in the morning to the big places like the London offices. In the morning, you have to post them.
मम्मा ने कहा,
And Mama said,
पापा ने कहा है
Baba
करना
has
है।
said, we have to
तो
do
हम
this.
लोग तो छोटे थे ना,
And so we were
तो
just
हम
little.
कहते थे,
We
मम्मा,
would say,
बाबा
Mama,
तो सागर है,
Baba is an ocean.
सागर की तो लहरें होती
And
है,
yes, of course, there'd be
हम
the waves
सुबह
of the
को उठ के
ocean.
कर लेंगे।
Mama, why don't we just do it when we wake up in the morning? And Mama said,
ये हो
no,
नहीं सकता,
that's not
हमको तो नींद
possible.
आएंगी ही नहीं।
It won't be
आप बन
possible to
जाते थे।
sleep. For Mama, if you want to sleep, you go ahead and sleep.
तो
So
हम
then
लोग
how could we
मम्मा
sleep if Mama was
पहले
going to stay
टेबल
awake?
पर आएंगी।
So
जो भी
Mama
काम
came
होगा
to the
ना, बाबा
table
कहेगा,
first to do the
मम्मा
work.
पहले टेबल।
So whatever
एक
task
का नाम
Baba
भी मम्मा
gave,
की
it was Mama who would do it
बस्ती
first.
की बात
And
सुनाती हूँ,
Mama was
छोटी सी।
also very economical. I'm going to
हम
share a
लोग
joke
सब्जी
with you.
काटते थे ना,
When we used to cut
तो सब्जी में
vegetables,
क्या होता है,
what was there in the
छोटे छोटे
vegetables?
पत्ते होते हैं
There'd
ना,
be sometimes small
वो बैठ
leaves,
करके ये सभी
and
चुनना, उसमें टाइम
to
लगता है।
pick out all of those
तो
takes
कोई कोई
time.
बहन क्या
And
करती
so
थी,
what
छोटे पत्ते जो है
some
ना वो
sisters used to
फेंक
do, they used to throw
तभी
away the
बड़े
small
बड़े
leaves.
पत्ते
They
चुन के
take the big
काटते
leaves
थे।
and
तो मम्मा
chop
आती थी,
those, and Mama would come.
मम्मा मम्मा को पता था ये
Mama
कईयों की
knew
आदत
that
है,
some had this
तो मम्मा
habit.
बीच में आती थी,
Mama would come in between
बीच में
of
आके पहले
this
नीचे
cleaning of vegetables, and she would see
किस किस ने छोटे पत्ते निकाल दिए हैं, और
who
फिर
has
उसको कहती
taken
थी
out
जो
the small
आपने नीचे
leaves,
फेंका है ना वो
and
ऊपर टेबल पर रखो,
Mama would say,
और
all those
टेबल पर छोटे
stems
पत्ते
that
तो
you've thrown
दिखाई
to the
देंगे।
floor, now collect them and put
तो
them on the
मम्मा कहती
table.
थी देखो
And then Mama would
क्या
say,
नुकसान
look,
किया ना,
this is
ये
loss for the
तीनों के पेट
yajna.
में जा सकता,
These little leaves could
तुमने
go in
फेंक दिया।
someone's stomach and you've
ठीक
thrown
है,
them away.
यज्ञ की
Is
इकोनॉमी
it,
करने देना।
isn't it good that we
मम्मा
have
वे
economy of the
उठवा
yajna?
करके
So
काट
Mama would
के
have them pick
उनसे
up
ही,
those stems and
और कहती थी तीन जने
take
का खाना
those
तुमने फेंक दिया।
um, take those
इतना
into use
मम्मा
as well. And so
टेंशन
Mama
थी।
would say, look, this is 3
देखा ना,
people's food that you've thrown away.
यज्ञ
So
की
Mama taught
इकोनॉमी
us
भी तो चाहिए।
economy in this way. She said there has to be economy in the
मम्मा का
yajna.
अटेंशन सारा
So
योग पे था,
Mama's
और
attention
योग
was
की
on
बहुत
yoga.
जरूरत पड़ेगी। अभी
Complete
भले
attention
हम
was on
हल्का
yoगा.
होके चलाते हैं, ठीक है,
So
बैठे
now we
कुछ
do
युद्ध
things
की
in an
कुछ
ordinary way.
योग लगा,
Sometimes we
होता
battle,
है,
sometimes we have yoga.
लेकिन
It
ये
happens.
आदत
But
आपको
this
समय पर
habit
धोखा दे सकती
can
है, इसलिए योग के
deceive
ऊपर
you
अटेंशन जरूर।
in crucial
और भले
times.
बिजी भी हो ना,
And so even if you're busy,
लेकिन बिजी होते हुए भी
even
कई
whilst
काम ऐसे
busy,
होते हैं
there are
जिसमें
some
सोच भी
things
सकते हैं, काम भी करते हैं,
in
सोच भी
some
सकते
tasks in which you can
हैं, हल्का
use
काम
your
होता है। तो
mind,
उस समय आप ट्रायल करके देखो
and
कि
at
अगर
that
मैं
time
सेकंड
you can
में
try, you can test this for
योगी
yourselves,
कर्म योगी
that
बनने
whilst doing
जाऊं
karma
तो बन
yoga,
सकता हूँ,
am I able to
क्योंकि
use my
समय
mind
ऐसा
in
ना
remembrance?
सिखाएगा जो उस समय आप
Trial that,
साइलेंस में बैठो तभी योग
because there
लगे,
will come
ऐसा
such a
टाइम भी
time
नहीं मिलेगा।
that you will not have that
तो
space to
रूलिंग
sit
पावर
in
अपनी
yoga. You
देखो,
will not have the time to sit in
कंट्रोलिंग
yoga.
पावर।
So then check your
बाबा
ruling
कहते
power and
बिंदी लगाओ,
controlling power. Baba
पेंसिल
says, apply a
ऐसे ही
point.
गिर जावे ना
If a
कागज के ऊपर
pencil
तो
were
भी
to
बिंदी
drop
लग
on
जाएगी,
a piece of
लगानी नहीं
paper,
पड़ेगी।
even then a point would be
तो
made.
इतनी इजी होनी
And so
चाहिए
it
मन
should be
को
so
स्टॉप
easy
करने।
for you to stop
इसके
your
लिए
mind.
मामा बाबा ने एक
For
बारी कहा
this,
था,
Baba once said,
स्टॉप और स्टॉक
stop
दोनों
and
देखो, स्टॉक
stock.
पहले
Check
देखो फिर
both.
स्टॉप लगे।
First, check
शक्तियों का
your
स्टॉक
stock.
है
Do you have the stock of powers?
ऐसे।
Then you'd be able to apply the stop, the full stop.
मम्मा
So
की
in this
वाणी
way,
बहुत मधुर थी।
we saw Mama.
पहले पहले जब
Mama's
हंगामा शुरू
words
हुआ
were
ना,
very sweet. In the beginning,
अभी
when
तो
the
बदल गई है वृत्ति सभी की, मेजॉरिटी बदल गई है।
all
पहले
the
हम
opposition
समझते
was
थे
there,
कोई मिनिस्टर आएगा तब
things
हमारे
of
पास लोग
upheaval in the
आएंगे
beginning.
एडवर्टाइज। और अभी कहते हैं लोग आप भिखारियों को अपने स्टेज पर लाते क्यों?
In the beginning, it was like
कितना फर्क हो गया।
we had to encourage souls
पहले
to
कहते थे
to
ब्रह्मा कुमारियां तो विनाश
know us
विनाश
to
कहती रहती।
come into contact with
और
us,
अभी
and
क्या
now
कहते हैं,
they come
विनाश
onto
तो
our
होना ही
stage, and
है,
now people
विकारी
say to us,
मतलब
why do you bring
तो
impure
होना
souls on your stage?
कितना फर्क हो
And
गया।
so
और
before
अभी
we used to
देखो
speak about
कहाँ भी
destruction, and
प्रोग्राम
now they're
करो कितने
asking
लोग
us,
आ जाते
when
हैं।
is destruction going to
हम
happen?
अभी नए नए
So now you
सेंटरों
hold
पर कहते
programs,
भी
and
लोग तो आ
so
ही जाते।
many come, even new centers, and
फर्क
yet
हो
so
गए
many come. So
तो
of
हमारे
course we
में भी तो
see the
फर्क होना
difference,
चाहिए।
and so there should be a difference in us also.
तो फर्क हमारे में अभी योग की मस्ती का
That difference in us should be
शुभ
that
काम में
of the
सर्कमस्टेंस
intoxication
होंगे
of yoga.
तो हम प्लेन ही नहीं चलेंगे।
Intoxication
अब
means
कहाँ
the
पहुँचेंगे,
enjoyment, the pleasure, that sort of
ट्रेन ही नहीं
intoxication of
चलेगी
yoga.
कहाँ पहुँचेंगे।
Where will we go? There won't be trains operating, planes are
योग
not
की
haven't
दृष्टि
operated
से सब
recently.
कुछ कर
But we can do
मनसा
everything
सेवा
with the
करते।
power of yoga. Sorry, with the drishti of yoga.
इसलिए
We can do service with the mind.
मम्मा की जो विशेषताएं
So
है ना,
this is why the
जो
specialities
मैंने
of
सुनाया ना
Mamma,
8 बजे
as
मम्मा
you heard, Mamma used to wake
हम
up at
उनसे बात
2:30 in
करते
the
थे।
morning.
अभी तो हम भी समझ गए हैं ना,
And now
कोई
I've
भी
also
हो तो
understood
मनसा में इमर्ज करके उसको शक्ति देनी
how
है।
to give
अभी तो
power
आदत पड़
to
गई है ना
any
हम लोगों
spirit,
की उन
any
दिनों में
soul. Invoke that soul in front of you and give them
तो
drishti,
क्या
give
छोड़
them
के
power.
जाएंगे आगे,
So now we've understood this.
हाँ?
So now what are we going to leave behind?
ढीला पुरुषार्थ,
Slack effort. No longer slack
बस
efforts.
करना ही है,
But we
ही
have
शब्द
to
याद
do.
रखो,
We have to do.
के नहीं।
Not in the future sometime. No.
संकल्प दृढ़ करके जाओ।
Have determined thought.
तो मम्मा
Go
की है,
with
मम्मा को
determined
कुछ तो
thought.
देंगे भाई, सौगात।
Because we have to give Mama some
तो
gift,
यही
don't we?
सौगात मम्मा को आज दे दो।
So give this gift to Mama today.
ये
That is, I will do in the future. Leave that behind. Give that back. Give that to Mama.
तीव्र पुरुषार्थ मम्मा ने कहा।
As Mama has said, may you be fast effort makers.
ठीक है, पसंद है,
Okay,
पसंद
do
तो
you
सब
like
में
that?
कहेंगे, हाँ।
And I'm sure everyone will say you like
जो
it.
दादी कह रही है, पसंद है ना सबको, हाँ? दादी ने कहा यहाँ गे गे छोड़ के जाना, तीव्र पुरुषार्थी और दृढ़ता,
Dadi said,
determination.
leave behind this future tense that we will do and
Thank you, दादी।
be
हम
fast
आप
effort
सबकी तरफ
makers.
से हमारी मीठी मीठी प्यारी प्यारी दादी को
On behalf
बहुत
of
थैंक्स करते हैं।
all of
थैंक्स तो
you, we
बहुत छोटा
say
शब्द है,
thanks to
पर
our
हमारा
sweetest
दिल
Dadi,
हवलदार दादी
beloved
हम
Dadi.
आपके
Thanks
सामने
is a
रखते
very
हैं और
small
हमारे
word,
सभी भाई
but
बहन यहाँ भी
really from
बैठे
the
हैं,
heart.
करीबन 300 भाई
There
बहन
are
कॉन्फ्रेंस
about
हॉल में भी हैं।
300
सबकी
sitting in the
तरफ से
conference hall and
आपको
everyone
बहुत
sitting here.
बहुत थैंक्स कि आप इतना
With so
प्यार
much
से
love
हम
you've
सबकी
shared
आपने
with
पालना
us,
की।
you've
पिछले 2
sustained us
वीक
with
से
so
दादी की
much
टूर
love.
चल रही
In the
थी
last
और
2
लास्ट
weeks,
वीकेंड हम सभी
Dadi
ऑक्सफोर्ड
has
में
been
थे,
on tour.
पूरा परिवार
Last
हमारे
weekend
यूके
we
के
were
भाई
in
बहन भी थे
Oxford, the
और
whole
आज
UK
लंदन
family
से
were
लंदन
together.
में भी हमारे
And
काफी भाई
so
बहन सब जगह जगह से
London
आए हैं
too,
दादी
so
आपको
many have
थैंक्स
come
देने
from
के
all
लिए।
over the place to give thanks to you, Daddy. So yes, much
थैंक्स तो बाबा
appreciated.
को है
So thanks to
जो
Baba,
निमित्त
she's
बना
saying,
देता है।
who has
I
made the
know,
soul an
मेरे को नहीं
instrument.
बुलाना है, मैं चाहती हूँ नीलू बेन 1 मिनट आप आओ।
1 minute, Neelu
1
Ben,
मिनट
come
हमारी
on the
नीलू
stage
बेन
for 1
बहुत
minute.
बहुत प्यारी।
Our
आओ
Neelu
नीलू
Ben
बेन,
is
नीलू
so
बेन के बिना
good.
तो
If
हम
it were not for
यहाँ
Neelu
दादी
Ben,
को देख भी
we
नहीं
would
सकते
not
थे।
be able to
नीलू
see
बेन
Daddy
इतना
with
इतना
us today.
प्यार से
Neelu
और
Ben,
गुप्त सेवा
with a lot of love,
पीछे रहती है,
incognito
आगे कभी नहीं आती
effort,
है,
she never comes to the
पर
forefront.
बहुत
She
बहुत
stays in
उनसे
the
भी हमने सीखा। बहुत
she
प्यार
stays
से दादी की कैसे उन्होंने
at the
संभाल
back,
की और जगह जगह पर
and
उनको
she's
सब
really
पता
looked
है
after
कि दादी
Daddy,
को
and
क्या
she
चाहिए।
knows
ऐसे शी इज
what
लाइक अ
Daddy
पायलट,
needs.
को
So
पायलट,
I
बाबा
would
इज अ
say
पायलट, शी
she's
इज अ
like
को
a
पायलट।
pilot, or should I
हाँ
say
नीलू बेन
co-pilot? Baba
आप
is the
थोड़ा कुछ
pilot.
बोलिए।
So
सभी
please,
भाई
Neelu
बहन
Ben,
चाहते
say
हैं आप
something. Everybody would like to hear from you.
ओम शांति। इस बार
लंदन में 4 साल के बाद आए हैं।
This time I've come to London after 4
जो
years.
4 जगह पे दादी गई,
The 4
तो 4 बार
places that
एयरपोर्ट तो
Dadi
जरूर आई।
went, definitely we came to the airport 4
जब हम
times.
लोग जर्मनी
Yeah.
गए,
When we
पोर्चुगल
went
गए,
to
आइसलैंड
Germany,
गए,
Portugal,
सब
Iceland,
जगह की अलग-अलग अनुभव थी।
and it was a different experience
खास
in each of
करके
these places.
जर्मन भी दादी बहुत सालों के बाद गई थी।
After many years, Dadi
वहाँ की
went
ये
to
विशेषता
Germany.
थी
The
कि जो
speciality
सब
of
चले
Germany,
गए थे, वो सब वापस आ गए।
that all those souls who had gone away
तो
have
जितने
come
भी
back.
पुराने सब थे,
All the
दादी को
old
देख के,
souls seeing
दादी से
Dadi,
नजदीक भाषण लेके, दृष्टि
taking that
लेके, दादी
experience
के
of
दृष्टि में
closeness
तो
to
हमेशा
Dadi, taking
बाबा
drishti
समाया
from
हुआ ही है।
Dadi, and of course Baba's
तो
always
उन्होंने
merged
काफी
in Dadi's
परिवर्तन
drishti,
आया।
and so there's a lot of
इस
transformation
तरह
in
से
those
पोर्चुगल
souls.
में भी
In the same way, in
बहुत अच्छा
Portugal,
बाबा का घर है,
it's a very lovely Baba's
और
house,
जिसमें गवर्नमेंट से काफी मदद मिल
and
रही है
they've
वहाँ।
received a lot of help from the
तो
government there,
गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से उनको फ्री
and
सेवाएं
so
भी बहुत अच्छी मिल रही है,
they're receiving a
और
lot of
वहाँ
free
भी
service from the
लगभग
government,
ब्राह्मण का बहुत अच्छा हॉल बनाया है।
and there's a very lovely
दादी
hall
के
made
द्वारा
for
वहाँ की
Brahmins there.
ओपनिंग हुई
And so
और सेवा भी
Dadi
बहुत अच्छी रही।
inaugurated that
लेकिन
hall,
साथ साथ बाबा ने
and
टेस्ट
very
पेपर
good
भी,
service happened there.
मैं तो मेरा ही
But
कहूँगी, बहुत
together I
अच्छा
would
लिया।
say Baba
दादी की
tested
तबीयत
me
बीच बीच में थोड़ा
because
सा
in between
नाजुक होती रही,
Dadi's health was
और मैं
also
भी
a
दादी
bit
से भी टेस्ट
delicate,
ले रही
and
थी।
I too tested
मैं दादी को
Dadi.
यही बोल
I
रही
was
थी कि
saying
दादी
to
वापस
Dadi,
चले,
Dadi, should we go back?
तो दादी हमेशा
And
कहती थी
Dadi
नहीं,
always
कई
said,
आत्माएं
no,
ऐसी है
because there are some
जो
souls
अभी तक याद में बैठे हुए हैं,
who are
तो कैसे भी करके हम पहुंच ही
remembering
जाते थे।
Dadi,
खास करके जब हम
waiting for her
पोर्चुगल
to
में
come.
पहुंचे,
And so we
सुबह
should
दादी
reach
6
those
बजे से लेके
places.
शाम को 6
And
बजे
so
तक,
from 6
और
a.m.
वहाँ
till
जाते
6
ही
p.m.,
सेंटर की ओपनिंग की। जयंती बहन हमारे साथ थी, तो वो भी कह
visited
रही थी आज तो दादी ने
places
बहुत कमाल
where
किया।
Dadi
मैंने कहा
inaugurated,
मैंने तो
had
कभी
openings
इतनी
of
सालों से
centers.
दादी को देखा
And
नहीं
even
कि
Jentiben
कंटिन्यू
said, this
दादी
is
12-13
amazing for
घंटा ऐसे
Dadi.
कर सकती है।
And I
फिर
didn't
बाबा
know
की
she
बहुत
could
मदद
do
रही,
this for
और
12,
सभी
13
ब्राह्मणों का
hours.
इतना
And so there
अच्छा
was a
प्यार
lot of
था,
experience of
सहयोग
Baba's
था,
help,
जो दादी
love
की
of the
तबीयत भी
Brahmin family,
बहुत अच्छी तरह से सेवा
everyone's
करके।
cooperation, and
आइसलैंड
how
लास्ट
her
टूर था,
health held out also.
जिसमें 12 स्टूडेंट
Iceland
थे,
was the last trip,
किंतु इतनी
and
प्यार
12
वाले
students
थे,
there, but such
क्या
loving
बताएं,
souls.
जो
How can I
वर्णन नहीं
tell
कर
you?
सकते।
Very loving
वहाँ की
souls.
वातावरण जैसे
And
उस देश
the
में हम ही राजा थे,
experience,
रोड पे हम ही चल
the
रहे थे,
atmosphere was like
जैसे और
we
कोई
were
है
the
ही नहीं, इस
kings.
तरह से
The
लग रहा
roads were
था।
as if they were for
किंतु
us. There
उन्होंने
was
कभी भी
nobody
दादी
else
की
there.
इतनी नजदीक बैठे
But
नहीं
none
थे,
of them had ever
इतनी
sat
नजदीक नहीं
so
आ पा
close
रहे
to
थे।
Dadi. They'd never
किंतु
come
उन्होंने
so
सभी ने
close.
एक एक दादी से जुड़,
Yet,
जैसे एक छोटा सा परिवार होता
just
है,
as you would see a
इस तरह से
small
सभी ने बहुत
family
अच्छा दादी की पालना
taking
किया।
benefit
और
in
आज
this
तो
way and
आप लोगों का
sustenance from
वैसे ही
Dadi
बहुत
in
अच्छी
this
लॉटरी
way.
देख ही
So
रही हूँ मैं
I'm
खुद ही,
seeing that it's a
जहाँ
very big
मधुबन में
lottery
दादी
for all of
परिक्रमा के
you.
दिन पे
In
बहुत रेयर कभी
Madhuban,
भोग लगाती है,
rarely does
लेकिन
Dadi
आज तो
offer
लंदन
Bhog
में
in
दादी ने
Madhuban
बाबा के
on
पास
Mama's
गई,
Day.
आप लोगों को बहुत
And
अच्छा संदेश
she
सुनाया,
has
और मेरे
shared a
को
very
भी बहुत
lovely
खुशी हुई। ओम शांति।
message from Baba with all of you. And I'm very happy that everyone here has benefited.
Dear Mama, I wasn't with you physically there on the mountain top, yet still I know you and sense that you know me. Feel you are the mother of all my lives, the model for the mother in me. You became Mama in a matter of moments, an astonishing metamorphosis from bright and brilliant butterfly to subtle, silent angel. Seemingly in a second, you surrendered your jewelry, clothes, and intellect, catching instead more precious, priceless jewels and a golden path stretching into the future. Baba placed the urn of knowledge on your head, and it became a cooking pot to feed the whole family. You ground the ingredients of that truth, and mindful of our weaker digestive systems, fed it to us in a form we could absorb. You are always full and always free. And so were able to satisfy all of us. And when the pot was almost empty, your faith and courage held us firm. For when God is present, there are always miracles. And a mother's honor has to be maintained. Brahma carried God, and you carried us, holding together such a vast and disparate family, teaching us the principles of economy and order, cleanliness of the body, mind, and heart. We felt that you belonged to each of us, knowing you belonged only to one. Your love shone from your eyes, keeping us refreshed, taking us beyond. Yet it was not a soft love, but a love that nourished our bones and made us strong. You were so clean and clear and light inside that you could carry the physical pain without it showing on your face, saving us from that particular sorrow, sustaining us until the end. No ending, really, just a change of form. Your household is immensely greater now, caring for us without us knowing it, providing what is needed, whether money, hands, or healing. Your brilliance has sparked another human form, but the greater part of you is in the world of light, touching all our lives, smoothing away our worries, gently but firmly pulling us towards our destination.
Okay. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Dadi. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me. How the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Om Shanti.
ओम शांति। अभी दादी जी और जयंती बेन यहाँ पर आएंगे
And
और
now
दादी सबको दृष्टि
Dadi
देंगी। जयंती बेन
and
आप
Jayanti
सबको
Ben will
टोली
sit
फल
at the
और
front here.
blessings देंगे।
Dadi will
तो
give
हम आप
drishti,
सबको
Jayanti Ben will
निवेदन
give
करते
the
हैं कि हमारे अशर्स
fruit
बहनें आपको
and
गाइड करेंगे कि आप कैसे आगे आएंगे। तो पहले जो
Tuli
3
and
रोज
blessing
हैं
card.
सब एक एक
So
करके
the
आएंगे, कोई
first
खड़ा
3
नहीं होगा
rows
क्यू में।
would
फिर
please come
सब
one at
भाई
a
बहन
time
जैसे
first
दृष्टि
as
और
the
टोली
ushers guide you,
लेकर के
and after
आप
taking
पीछे
drishti
से
and Tuli
डाइनिंग रूम में और
you
सेमिनार रूम
will
में
go
जाएंगे
from
जहां पर
the
आप सबको ब्रह्मा भोजन मिलेगा। ओके,
foyer
दादी
doors
सबको दृष्टि देंगी।
down to the dining room, not the side door to
हमारे
the
कॉन्फ्रेंस हॉल
stage,
में
but the
करीबन
foyer
300
doors
भाई बहन बैठे हैं,
and
तो
down
उनके
to the
यहाँ
dining
पर
room.
क्यू लगेगी।
Now there
तो
are about
अशर्स बहनें आपको
300
गाइड
sitting in the
करेंगे। जैसे
conference
ये
hall.
हमारे भाई
They
बहन
too
जो
will be
यहाँ से आ
guided
जाएंगे,
to the dining
उसके
room.
बाद फिर थोड़े कुछ भाई बहन पीछे से आएंगे।